PSA for you. I need you to listen to me very carefully, okay? I know you have been dragged in the last few years through social media, through the media, through, women, through just, I think our entire culture right now has shamed men and tried to dwindle you down to becoming, women or more feminine or less manly. That needs to end. Because trust me, there are a lot of people out there that still want men, real men. And we need men. You're irreplaceable. There's nothing that can replace a man. Nothing. Not a material thing, not another species on this planet. Nothing can replace a man. You were built with your muscle mass, with your bone structure, with all of your deep voice. All of these things are for a reason, okay? Use those things. I know everyone has told you to slow down and to not act a certain way, but that is crap. And I think you guys need to hear that from a woman. I think, you know what? This weekend, go do something manly. Get it back somehow. Okay? Because I know the majority of men have given up something to be to fit more into the cultural BS that we have going on right now. But I need you to get back that manhood. And you know what? Your children need you. Children need their father. So you got daughter, son, whatever, teaching her how to play chess this weekend. Daughter, take her out to get some bracelets or, I don't know their age. Take your son out, play basketball, do whatever they like to do. Go do that this weekend. Kids need their father and men need to be men. Please, you guys are about to become extinct and, extinct. That's the right. It's early, guys. But trust me, we need you guys. We need your strength. We need everything about your masculinity. So this bullshit of quiet that shit down ends today, okay? It ends today because I'm so sick of it. All this stuff that you guys have been told that what you are and who you are and how you were literally created, that should be pulled back some way. Do you know fish have certain features about them so that they're able to swim, able to get food, able to survive warm and cold? You were literally built a certain way to do certain things and people are telling you not to do that. What? This all has to stop. And you know what? If you're dating someone who doesn't like you, dump them this weekend. Move on. Really figure out things in life. I want to encourage you to get that manhood back this weekend. I want your report back here on Monday and tell me 1, 2, 3 things that you did this weekend that maybe you thought, can't do that. Do it. That thing that you just thought of, oh, I can't do that. People get mad that I'm too manly. Do that thing. No violence, obviously.
Welcome, my friends, to the RP Experience. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on notifications so you know when I have a whole new video on. As promised, this video is going to be about what about the good women? There are good women, and there are good women in my life. Now, I have to admit they are either associates or friends. And I have to judge by my interactions with them, how they are kind to me, how they treat me with respect, and how they communicate with me. They don't leave me on red for days on end. So I will deem them as good women. And when I am having conversations with them, not just women that I see on TikTok, things that they will say will surprise me because they think a certain kind of way. That's why I put that woman in the beginning. That is to inspire men, but to also, which I understand with the red pill and the manosphere, that we get into this thing of like women bashing, female bashing, like all of them are bad or something. And as I say with myself and my content, I don't like extremes either way. Now, I know there are creators out there, for example, I'll say the women creators like a Pearly Things or a Danica Marie, or a what's her name, Melody King, that will just come hard at the women. But however, though, I look at it as, even though it looks like they are women bashing, they are trying to check the women. And while I guess they could go and be like even and talk about things that the guys is doing, that I guess because most of their followers are men, they feel pressured to cater to their audience. Now, because I have a small audience, and you guys can hold me to this when I start to grow, I want to be more balanced in my argument. Now, because I only date women, and because there are still a lot of things that men have let go unsaid. There are things that they're saying in this space, but there are still some things that they are missing. And that's where I'm filling in at. So, because of that, most of my speaking points are going to be for the men. But however, though, for the women in my life that know me and is going to be watching my video, I don't want them to think or feel that, I'm just bashing women or I hate women or hang up or something. Now, there are things I do need to address with y'all that, as I say, I'm pretty sure a lot of guys in your life is not pointing out. So, once again, that's where I come in. And uh I'm sorry I can't be as funny as some of the other creators, even though the ones that are funny, I notice, tend to make fun of people. And that's a thing too. I don't really like attacking someone's looks or status or their personal life. What now? I might have to discuss their personal life if they, especially if they put it online or is out there. But my thing is pointing out their behavior and how men can avoid women like that, or you just see the warning signs of when to jump ship when she starts acting a certain kind of way. Anyway, I have a video here of a good woman, and let's look at this.
Does a guy have to make?
How much does a guy have to make to what?
To date you?
To date me? There's not a price limit to date me.
Really?
As long as you're treating me right, you're fucking acting right, you're chilling.
What about he's living with his mom?
That doesn't matter. Wait. If he's living with... No, that doesn't matter.
Really?
Because the situation that they're in does not have anything to do with me. Why am I gonna judge because you live with your mom? Like, that's a situation that you're in with yourself. Like,
what's your situation? Are you living with
an apartment?
Okay. And let's say he's like, hey, can I move in with you? Are you gonna let him? If he's living with his parents?
If he's paying rent.
How much? 50-50?
50-50.
Really?
It's even. It's a relationship. It's 50-50 the whole way.
Yeah, she's valid, all right.
Wow, women like this exist, and she's not plain Jane. She's an attractive woman, and what a lot of women never seem to get with this, like, okay, yes, the men that's in their teens, early 20s, sometimes even 30s, but the thing about men is we learn by trial and error, and we start getting smarter as we get older, at least a chunk of us. There are some of us that, stuck in the matrix or something. Anyway, a woman can be cute, and just because she thinks certain ways like this, she can actually become like a 9 or a 10 in our eye. Well, in the eyes to the guy that is pursuing her. You know, that's the one thing that women don't get, because you're basing your experiences off of simps. That's why when a woman will say like, well, about 97% of the guys are all thirsty and in my DMs. Yes, 90% of them are simps. But, you know, I'm not talking like that. And I know I'm not alone. There are plenty of other guys that are not like that with women online or even in person. You know, we treat y'all with a semblance of respect, or either we just plain ignore you. So, you know, you are basing it from the attention that you are receiving, and that's not always the case right there. Now, the only thing with her is, unfortunately, a woman like this is going to get with one of those guys that's going to totally take advantage of her and sour her. The only reason I think that she probably thinks the way that she did is either she must have had men that had money before and saw like, okay, I don't like that. I'd rather a guy that we have equal amount of respect with each other, and we're both treating each other good. And if it comes out 50-50, it comes out 50-50. However, though, you know, most men that are like in love with a woman, we're not going to be splitting bills down the middle. The only way I kind of support that is if the guy is going to school, or he's doing something that he's stretched kind of thin, and he does need, if the woman and him is going to pair up, he does need her to help a little bit more than what she's used to. Otherwise, in most cases, because I know I'm like this, you know, I don't mind. I'll cover all of the rent. I'll cover all of the utilities. Just maybe she buys the food. Or, you know, the thing that I learned with women is, so that they don't get too comfortable, they have to contribute in some kind of way. Now, I'd rather she does this without me saying anything, because it's kind of like a woman telling a guy to do something romantic. Once you tell the person, it kind of defeats the purpose. Like it doesn't feel like it's coming from them. It feels like you have to kind of tell them or manipulate them to do it. So that's how I would feel telling a woman to adjust with how the relationship is. You know, you see me struggling, try to either cut back on spending or help me out a little bit or something, because I may not ask for your help, because it's kind of a pride thing, and that's what a guy should do. But I know the next woman that I take seriously, she's going to be thinking like this right here. The fact that she thinks like this, she won't have to go 50-50 with the right dude, you know. But the fact that she's thinking like that, and men that has seen like a lot of women that's not worth his time, he's going to appreciate her. Anyway, I got one more video right here, and then let's get out.
I really feel for the men, like, guys who have so much, they're working so hard, they're trying to prove themselves because society makes them, because you have to make your way in society, you have to do so much to prove yourself these days, and to have this girl come here and just completely belittle you on the internet. These are good men out there, and they don't they don't deserve you. You don't even deserve a McDonald's from them. I'm sorry, but you. It's not about the dollar sign. It's about the intention. I would love, even if Who cares about the food? If a guy takes me to McDonald's and then buys me a meal, amazing. I love McDonald's. Like, what's wrong with that? It's the intention. It's the fact that he made a point and said, hey, I've got this. I want to.
Okay, to men out there, which I'm assuming most of them would agree, this is the kind of woman that you want. This is the kind of woman that you will go through hell and back because she has a heart like that. She thinks like that. And she appreciates what you are doing. This is another thing that women never seem to get. When you appreciate the things that we do, not all men, but I'm saying, okay, men. I'm not talking about males, Pookies and Ray Rays, like the thugs and hoodlums or the even the Chads or Tyrones until maybe they get older or something and get their reality check. But men will take your appreciation as something that's like, wow, okay, because we don't get that from a lot of women. So when we get one that's like that, we're like, you know what? This woman deserves all that I got. And as long as the woman continues to be like that with a man, then he will try his best to be all that you need and be there as much as you need him to be. Now, of course, though, remember some men are different. Some men cannot be as romantic or can't talk as much. That's once again when you two are pairing up, you need to figure out can you make certain things work that the other may not be able to either accommodate or either it will be a struggle for them. And while she was crying, and sometimes I'm leery when a woman cries, it's okay if she's saying some real emotional things right there because that touched me in a way that she had that much emotion talking about that. Didn't see what the conversation was leading up to that, but I'm assuming she was hearing all this stuff by how the men felt, how the women felt, and she just felt overwhelmed and she was on the men's side with this, and that's what I want men to understand. I know in this space, the red pill, the manosphere space, they're saying there's no good women out there. There are good women. There's good women in the West, in the USA. They might not be an Instagram model. They may not be the most beautiful. They might be a single mom. Not telling you, I know guys are telling you not to settle on those types of women, but I'm always like, if a woman has certain, like, if she's attractive enough for me and she has those rare personality traits, I will let certain things that would have been like a red flag for me, I will let go only because I'm like, okay, if I'm going to take a chance, I'll take a chance with this person because at least I know this person will definitely have my back. Now, the only thing that I will say with a woman like this, because unfortunately, she's going to run into some bad dudes. And depending on if they imprint on her or they really put her through the ringer, and that's why women have to get better with choosing men. You can't be like men just running through a bunch of dudes because you get affected in a different way. Because then it becomes definitely a pattern of how you start picking a guy. And then when you pick a good dude, is not going to you're not going to get the butterfly feeling, or you're not going to feel what you felt with like the bad guys out there. So guys, remember, there's good women out there. Women, it's okay to feel like this or put this out for the right dude. The only thing, a lot of times I see women bend over backwards for the worst dudes, the Pookies and Ray Rays, the Chads or Tyrones, just because they look good. The celebrity guys that has like thousands of women like screaming for them. You think he's going to settle on one woman? Not to say it may not be one in 10 that may be like faithful or be like, okay, I want this to work or something. Most of them is not. The same thing with like women. That's like an Instagram model that turns OnlyFans model and is getting a bunch of money from men. They will not be able to look at men the same type of way after doing that, like because I've had strippers tell me that kind of thing. And men that run through a lot of women cannot look at women the same kind of way because they are getting women that, you know, they could have been married, they have boyfriends, and yet they are cheating on them. But yet again, there are good women out there. Guys, be patient and try to find one if you can. Now if you can't find, now it is difficult in the West, but there are some over here, but it's like finding a needle in a haystack. But otherwise, you can always go overseas. Anyway, that's it, and have a good night.
Saying that my deposit was made today. I didn't make a deposit today, and half my home loan's gone.
Really?
Did someone accidentally put money into my home loan?
Not accidentally.
Well, I didn't do this. Where the hell did that come from? What?
Hey,
Okay, I don't know what's going on. What?
it's me.
What?
I paid for it.
Why?
Because you deserve it and you do so much for me. All
What?
the time, every day, and
What?
yeah.
How?
Hey.
How?
Hey.
What the? What?
Hey, come here. You deserve it, okay?
What?
I love you so much. No.
Dude, why did you do that?
Because I love you, babe.
No, that's too much, Kate.
No, it's not. It's not even enough.
I don't get that.
Hey,
How did you do that, Kate?
I called the bank and I made the payment.
Don't! No! I don't want that, Kate!
Babe, hey, no, look at me. You do. Okay?
Why did you do that?
Because I love you and you're going to be my husband and you deserve every single good thing in this world, okay? And if
That's way too much, Kate.
it's not even enough. Come here. Oh, I love you, okay?
I just got an email from my
I still wanna run to you.